something that I can't stand in spiritual journeys is this idea that we have to bypass pain and that we have to be all love and light and that we have to be, high vibe. And I do use the word vibration, and I think it is an important word in my book. But it's not saying to deny pain, because pain, darkness, they're very real parts of ourselves, and they're a really awful part of duality. Pure infinite love, consciousness, source is free of duality. It's free of pain and it's free of pleasure. It is just eternal awareness. But when we are in duality, there is pain and there is love. There is suffering and there is light. The two can't exist without each other. And to deny one part of that is to completely go against, in my opinion, the whole point of the twin flame journey. Because the twin flame journey and the spiritual ascension, oftentimes, it's activated by intense pain. It's activated by this nightmare where everything falls apart, where the worst fears are happening, where everything just goes to shit. And you can't just deny that and say, okay, this, you need to be love and light. You need to force yourself to go beyond this pain. And that's why I don't really like a lot of LOA communities, law of attraction, law of assumption kind of stuff, because it's always saying, you're the cause of whatever hurt, and you just need to ignore it and suck it up and be positive. You need to feel it. You need to feel the pain out. Yes, I do agree that we are transmuting pain into the vibration of love, wholeness, and bliss. I agree that the ultimate state, as we inch closer to ascension, to enlightenment, is the state of pure love, pure bliss, pure wholeness that is free of pain, because when you connect to pure consciousness is not touched by pain. It is the one thing that is not touched by pain. But everything else will burn until you get to that true self. Your ego will burn, your mind will burn, even your body will burn, because the pain activates karmas and activates pain that is stored within the body. Oftentimes your core wound will be activated. Oftentimes I find it's either the heart chakra or the solar plexus. Mine was kind of a mix of both. And sometimes it can also be the sacral chakra. The point being is you have to feel the pain. And part of the journey, a lot of the journey is you have a day where you're feeling awful, where you're just crying. And the next day you feel a little bit better. You start doing your spiritual practice. And the next day you feel really good. You feel really aligned to pure love. And then maybe for a week you just feel really aligned to pure love. Desireless, not needing anything, just whole and complete. But then something happens, or just randomly, it could be just randomly too. Boom. You're just crying again. And you can't get out of bed, and you're just breaking and shattering on the floor. And the next day, you're still like that. And the next day, maybe you feel a little bit better, and you start doing the spiritual practice again. And the next day, you feel good. You feel aligned. You feel like pure whole love. And that can cycle. That is a cycle. But when the pain comes, you have to feel it. When the pain comes, you have to allow it to burn you into source. What do I mean by that? What I mean is when you cry, let yourself. Don't be worried constantly about avoiding the pain. Because oftentimes when we avoid the pain, that's what reflects the very pain that we're running from. We have to face it. We have to feel it in order to transmute it, in order to move on from it. It's there for a reason. And one of my favorite things that I was taught on this journey is being told your vessel is containing so much pain because it also can contain all the bliss that you're about to experience. So there's so much pain because there's so much bliss that it'll be transmuted into. And that was profound to me at the time, because it did show me that there's a reason that my system is feeling awful. There's a reason that I'm aligning, but then I fall apart. There's a reason why I feel completely whole one moment, and then I feel broken the next. And oftentimes, 70% of the time, there wasn't be an obvious cause. And, in the early parts of the journey, I think that we feel like that part of us is a setback. We feel like that part of us is something negative to shun. And while I agree that if you're stuck in that place, you do need to reevaluate, hey, do I have a foundation of returning back to myself, back to pure consciousness, back to divine love? Do I have a foundation for that? And have I created a practice that I can keep returning to for that? Because that's all you need is the foundation. And when you have that foundation of practice, and you have that foundation of, I'm going to keep turning inwards, when the pain does come, it doesn't carry you completely into the storm. You dip into it, you feel it, but then you're able to have something that you hold on to. So when the storms get tough, your spiritual practice is the boat that you're holding on to not get swept by the seas. But it's an important distinction. It's a balance, really. That, hey, I'm not drowning in this pain. I have a structure that I can return to. But it's also not, I'm completely ignoring the pain because I need to be perfect to the structure. Oftentimes, when you continue the spiritual practice, you will purge stuff you didn't even realize you would purge. That is why when you're shifting into the alignment of the vibration of love and bliss and wholeness, all those negative vibrations, karmas, and samskaras, which are like, mentally impressed things from your lifetime, and negative conditioning and beliefs, they're going to have to come out. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's normal, but it's completely worth it. It's completely worth it. You do not want to be staying your whole life in this perpetual state of, I'm not happy, I'm not existentially anguished either, but I'm still sad. You don't want to stay in that place when, if you get through the existential anguish now, and you feel it, and you have that practice to return to, and you keep returning to aligning to that vibration of love, then you're opening yourself up to boundless, infinite, unlimited, pure infinite love. And that will make any pain seem, even the twin flame journey pain, which is, God, it's up there for one of the worst.